day out here, I thought I would go for a little walk. So I'm out here, we live just right off the road there. I'm out here in the field just taking a walk. The neighbors are usually pretty good about letting me out here. They don't mind. So yeah, it's just kind of cool to get a little breath of fresh air, just go for a walk. I know it's mushroom season coming up on it here, so I thought I could kill two birds with one stone. I could look for mushrooms and go for a walk and get a little air. I got up here and all these frogs were jumping in on me. There's another one. I bet we can catch a couple more up through here. Guarantee you. They're just like diving in. Didn't find any mushrooms, but there's definitely a lot of persimmon trees back through here. There's like a bunch of them. I'm thinking maybe they cut a few down. I think those look like persimmon trees. I know these are, but I'm thinking they cut a bunch of them down too. I don't know. Well, they just fell down. We've had those strong winds, but there's not a whole lot of. I would say come back in a couple weeks, maybe a week, and there'll be mushrooms out here. That he lived here. He's been here since 1972, and in '94 there was a flood. Like I said, all of this was underwater. He said it rained 11 inches of water in about 45 minutes. So that is a lot of water. He said it came down, and he said it here in about, I don't know, an hour later, he said everything was underwater. I mean, he said you could hear the roar of the water coming down. He said it filled this up. It was, over that road out there, it's a little bit, higher out there. He said it was about 4 foot over the road. And he said it was rushing. It was up for about 4 hours, and then it all kind of went away. It's crazy what rain can do to the area. So we had to come to town, pick up some chicken feed from the farm store, and brought you guys along with me. But before I get started, I just want to be upfront, honest, and open. I think it's okay if I'm just level. If not, it's okay. Skip this video. Watch more videos later. But I just feel like I want to clear the air here. I was told recently, multiple times, that I live a lavish lifestyle, and we live a very what was it said? That we're just living it up. We're hitting the high points and making tons of money, and I just wanted to clear the air. I know I don't have to make excuses, but I just want to be honest and also just tell you where I'm at. So it is my responsibility to make sure that my family is fed, that we have a good house. It's my responsibility to make sure that we are taken care of, financially, physically, mentally, as well as just giving my kids memories, giving my wife memories, making sure that she's happy, kids are happy, I'm happy. That is my responsibility. It's my responsibility to make sure spiritually that they are getting what they need. Okay, whether that's here in Indiana, whether that's in another state, whatever it takes for me to make sure that they get what they need, that's what my job is. And I think even when it comes down to taking vacations, it is my responsibility to make sure that they have a good life, that they get to explore stuff, have experiences and things like that. It's my responsibility to save for those things, to provide, to, and so I feel like I have to do some of those things. And I say that because I want to get to the next point here. We're in a situation now, it's because it is financially hard. I work 2 jobs. I work night. I get up really early in the morning and I work several hours. And I'm usually up until way late at night. I do Spark. I try my hardest to make money through Spark. It is very hard. You can't count on it. Most of the time it's hit or miss on whether I get any kind of money on it. And half the time I feel like I spend more time in gas, just waiting or driving. And so Spark is very unpredictable and not very consistent. So it's hard to rely just on Spark, especially the way things are. Prices, economy, everything's expensive. You understand. So that being said, today I tried to do Spark. I spent 2.5 hours. I only had one order came through for $8, and it was going to be a 56-minute express shopping, and it was going to be 18-mile drive. To me, I just can't justify doing 18 miles, $8, spending 56 minutes. It's just $8. It just doesn't. I just couldn't do that. It just don't make sense to me. So I declined it, and then the rest of the day was just silent. Nothing at all. So, and I'm sure some places are probably better, bigger cities, bigger areas. You're gonna get more. When you go to a place that's more populated, I'm sure it's different for everybody. But this is what my experience has been on there. But that being said, to my next point, we're told that we have a lavish lifestyle, that we spend money here and there, and we just, doing all kinds of fun things, that we're just rich. But down, if you knew us and you knew our situation, you get down to where, like, today. So we found out one of our income streams was cut in half. And so we lost a big chunk of money. And we work paycheck to paycheck. I typically work, and when I get paid, that goes straight to bills. Anything extra is because I do side jobs, I do whatnot, or I Spark. I do extras. Like most of our money, if we do anything extra, it is straight from my extra jobs that I do. And so we end up with situations, we're just like everybody else. Like today, we had a bill came through that I knew we had, but I thought I had a little bit extra time, and we didn't. So we had, I think it was $368 for the electric bill, and I thought I had paid last month. I didn't. So they took that, and that was going to be what we was going to go to Tennessee to the church camp this weekend. But seeing as they took that, now we got to try to find other ways, which I do save. I put back money every week. I think that's important. If you're gonna, to make everything work, you should always put back money, and that's what I did. I put back, I put back a certain amount for 401k. I put back a certain amount just for hard times like this. I put back a certain amount for vacations. I put back. I do this. I've done it for years now. So I do prepare somewhat for some situations, but sometimes you can't. On bigger bills, like certain bills, you can't prepare for them. You can't just have that back. I can't, because I can't make enough money up to be able to save up that kind of money. And so I say all that to say that if you see us doing things, extras, if you see us doing cruises, you see us going on trips, we've got trips coming up. Some of them, I really don't know how we're going to pay for it. But if you see those, I've worked really hard to get to that point where we're on that trip, where I've probably worked, 5 or 6 hours extra every day for weeks to try to prepare for those trips. Because I want to try and work what I can, above bills and things like that. But I also want to mention that on top of me working, on top of those things, we trust in the Lord. The Lord has moved mightily on our behalf. He's been good to my wife. He's been good to me. He's been good to my kids. He's been good to my parents, my wife's parents, our family. God's good to us. He really is. He supplies all of our needs. There's been many times when I got to the point like I am today, where I didn't know where I was going to have the money. Bills were due, and like now we have other bills due that I don't know how I'm going to pay them, but the Lord has always provided. So I want to leave you with something encouraging. If you don't know the Lord, I would like for you to take a moment to get to know Him. Read the Word, read the Bible, and trust in the Lord. He's been good to us. I know that we're in this situation. It's stressful. It's been weighing on my mind all day today. Bills that are due that I can't pay. I just don't know how to make ends meet. But God's been good. Through everything, through all this, that we are going through, God's good to us. And at some point, somehow, God just makes a way. I don't know how He does it, but He does it. And it seems like the harder we fight to try, the harder it's pushed back against us. I'm like, I'm really trying to get ahead and make sure that we're, and it's like we get told today that we're losing our income, a source of income. And that doesn't matter where it's from, but it's a source of income, and we're losing a good portion of it. But, that's just how the world works, I guess. So I guess I'm just going to pray harder and keep at it. But I wanted to level with you guys, level with my viewers. If you guys think that we live a lavish lifestyle, or if you feel that we're, just out spending and giving, we've worked hard for it. And what we have is typically our last few dollars going towards experiences in life and trying to enjoy what we can. We don't have lots of money. I work paycheck to paycheck. I usually am holding on to a bill, waiting on a paycheck to come in. We're just an average family out here, just trying to make ends meet, just trying to work. And I appreciate, if you've watched all of this, thank you. I did, thankfully, we've been selling eggs, and I have $42 in egg money. So I'm going to take this money, and we're going to go get some chicken feed, which is amazing. I mean, just think about that. That's the Lord. The Lord worked it out to where we got this egg stand. We got chicken eggs. We sell them, and we're making money. It ain't much. It's $42, but it's going to take care of this week's feed. God's been good to us. If you don't know Him, get to know Him. He'll be good to you too. I can't say good enough. I cannot say enough good things about what the Lord's done for us. All I can say is, if you don't know Him, get to know Him. And maybe when you're in a hard situation, you can lean on Him, and He'll take care of your needs just like He will ours. I know we've got a lot and it's weighing on me, but God's going to take care of it. He always has. So, thanks for watching. Let's go get some chicken feed, and then we're going to go back. I think I'm going to work on trying to clean the mower up a little bit. The mowers are all muddy, and I don't want to leave all that mud on there. But I think we're getting storms. Shocker. Get more storms tonight. So, I got to try and get the mower under there and get everything anchored in and make sure we're, not going to get blown away. But thanks for watching. Let's go get some chicken feed. Oh, these aren't bad prices. $8.99. Strawberries, grapes, raspberries, sweet. That's really not a bad price. I always prefer the layer pellets over the layer crumble. So listen, can't help it. Every time I'm driving and I see businesses for sale, I always look at them like, it's for sale? I wonder, what's it for sale for? Is it, like, I wonder how good that does. I've ran 2 businesses. Both of them, had to close down or sold due to financial reasons. However, I love running businesses. I think that's why I do YouTube, and I enjoy doing YouTube, because content creation is like running your own business, and I love doing it. I love running my own business. There's a drive in me. I've got this push that I always like to try to do better, or try to increase something, or try to I just enjoy business. I love it. I love starting them. I love running them. I love everything involved. And so, I've seen this car wash for sale. It's a very nice looking car wash, but I don't know. I've never done a car wash. I don't know anything about it, but I just was like, get on the way. Wait, no. And then just right after the car wash, there was I think it was a car lot, or maybe a U-Haul place. I don't really know what it was, but it's a big for sale sign. I'm like, I wonder what, I'm like, every time I see it, I think I'm poor, broke as a joke, but here I am. I'm like, I wonder, I don't know. It just bred in me, It's not the car wash that's for sale, but it is a car wash, and they have vacuums. So I think I'm gonna go vacuum out this car. I'm going on this trip. So I think, if I remember correctly, it's only like $1. And you can get this vacuum running, and it gives you 4 minutes. So if you get everything lined up, 4 quarters, 1 minute. But if you get everything lined up, you can get it all done in 1 minute. Hustling. So, okay. And put you guys up here. Okay, these back in here. Got that one in over there. It's not perfect, but for a 1 minute cleanup job, that's not too shabby. My spark, I tend to get really dirty, especially on my driver's side, because I'm in and out. I'm always, everywhere all the time. So, it makes my vehicle really dirty, and don't always have time to clean it. I think it's the dust in the chicken coop. It makes me sweat so bad, it's not even funny. I think it's just so dry and dusty. Like, my word, I come out drenched. I'm soaked every time I go in there. Only one spot to turn the water on in this entire place, and that's right here. Then I gotta come down here, across these treacherous steps, and go to the front with this long water hose that does not have a spout, hose spout, but take this. That's where the old spritzer comes in. You guys ever done that? Use your finger, the thumb, put it on here when you don't have a way to spray it. You know, less room on here, more pressure. There you go. I'm sure you've done that. Kind of a classic. So I'm gonna try and get all this mud off of here. It ain't gonna come off all the way, but I can get a good amount, as much as I can. I ain't really worried about the rubber, more the metal where that rust could set in at. And open that area. So I'm gonna do this for a few minutes, get all this kind of cleaned up, and then park it back out under the carport, and yeah, move on to another project. I'm losing daylight, but storm's brewing in, you can tell. Alright, not perfect, better than it was. Got a lot of that just caked on stuff taken off. A lot of the underneath stuff's off. Best I could without a power washer. Without a power washer I can do a better job. I'm going to take it over there, turn it on, see if I can let some of that mud fall off the bottom. I haven't turned on the blades yet, so I'm going to do that, and I'll just parked. Took a couple of laps around the yard with it, with the mower on, the blades running. I think there might be some rain coming down out there in the distance. But now I'm going to move the vehicle up. I unloaded the chicken food down here. I take the vehicle up there. I'm going to load it up with some the stuff for our trip. We've got a long day tomorrow planned. We've got meetings tomorrow morning, and then we're supposed to be heading out of here towards Tennessee by 2 p.m. So we got a lot to do. Still got packing to do. I gotta cut my hair. I gotta do. We gotta get stuff packed up and washed, and long night ahead of us. But I think she has some barbecue pulled chicken ready for us to eat. So I'm ready to go eat, get this loaded up, and then yeah, Lord willing, we'll see you guys tomorrow. Thanks for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and we'll catch you next time. See ya.
Please, I'm begging you. Please, I'm desperate. I don't know what to do. Please subscribe.